Data entry is one of those simple yet essential things when running your business. The problem is that it's also one of the most time-consuming and tedious tasks. Yet it has to be done well. Taking data entry for granted could lead to inaccurate business data, which can lead to wrong business decisions. A possible solution might be to outsource data entry tasks to a virtual assistant. Most business owners are already up to their necks in work. Perhaps you even need to maintain a full-time job while running your business on the side. Having to do menial labor tasks like data entry could very well compromise your core business activities. Data entry could distract you, and your performance will probably suffer as a result. You don't have to do it yourself. You can outsource your data entry tasks and let someone else do it for you. So, what is data entry? Data entry is simply the act of inputting information into an electronic format. It is typically done by typists, transcribers, assistants, clerks, processors, coders, etc. Most of the data comes in the form of text or audio. Many of these jobs can be done online and from a remote location. Data entry tasks include: number 1, online data entry; 2, offline data entry; 3, image data entry; 4, product data entry; 5, ebook data entry; 6, document data entry; 7, real estate data entry; 8, email list, compilation; 9, data mining; 10, forms processing; 11, survey data entry; 12, data cleansing; 13, directory; 14, word formatting. Data entry is easy and very low paying. Because of this, you won't find many people willing to work as a data entry clerk, because the pay just isn't worth it. What you need to do is look for a virtual assistant offshore who can handle these tasks for you for about $2 HR. Yes, this is possible, and the quality of work is outstanding. Having a virtual assistant would be a huge load off your shoulders. He or she could do more for you than just data entry, but also tasks like research, data management, event planning, as well as scheduling appointments, etc. So, what businesses need? Data entry. Most businesses require one form of data entry or another. Here are some examples of industries where data entry is vital. Number 1, e-commerce sites. E-commerce is one of the industries that need data entry the most. Someone needs to do all the product data entry, indexing, cataloging, image tagging, and assign SKUs to products. Here is where having a virtual assistant offshore could really help. Also, it won't cost you very much because you could hire someone full-time for about $2, $3 char. Think of how much work you could get accomplished. Number 2, blogs. If you want to run a successful blog, you will need to gather enough email subscribers and then compile, verify, and update your mailing list. Failure to do this would result in your newsletters being sent to the wrong email addresses or not getting delivered to your customers at all. Also, for podcasts and vlogs, you might want to transcribe the audio for your podcasts and videos. This is a perfect task for a virtual assistant to do. Think of the value it will give your subscribers for very little effort on your part. 3. Ebook publishing. One of the most tiresome tasks in data entry is working on ebooks. There's a lot of data to input and convert. You may want someone else to do all the scanning, formatting, and proofreading for you. This will free up your time to be able to write your next ebook. 4. Healthcare industry. Working on medical data entry typically takes more training than other data entry tasks. It also might require certain certifications, and for a good reason. Making a mistake while doing medical data entry could cost someone's life. Medical data entry involves creating, digitizing, maintaining patient records, and medical insurance forms. Also, a mistake in insurance billing could end up causing the hospital or company a significant amount of time and resources. Utilizing a medically trained virtual assistant will ensure accuracy at a fraction of the cost. Number 5, real estate. There is a lot of data to manage in the real estate industry. Examples include appraisals, database creation, property tax assessments, property documentation, gathering information on buyers and sellers, etc. As a real estate agent, you want to be out showing people houses, not stuck with a pile of data to enter into the computer. Hiring a virtual assistant for your data entry will enable you to spend more of your time on money-making tasks versus mundane data entry. Number 6, food industry. Data entry of nutrition facts, serving sizes, calories, ingredients, allergen warnings, weight information, and packaging directions. The restaurant industry also needs data entry on their menus and websites. This is a universal task across all menus. Think of McDonald's. The calorie count for a quarter pounder with cheese will be the same in Kentucky as it is in California. This is a perfect example of being able to outsource data entry to a virtual assistant across the globe. Your cost will be drastically decreased while getting all this information out to the consumer. There are just some of the industries that require data entry. If you run a business, whatever it is, chances are you need to do data entry too. It simply makes good business sense to offload this work without sacrificing quality for a fraction of what it would cost you to hire a full-time employee in the United States America. So, the best way to outsource data entry services. The short answer would be to outsource your data entry needs directly. Instead of contracting an outsourcing firm to do your data entry, it may make sense to cut the middleman out to save money by hiring someone online yourself. Outsourcing directly can give you a better and longer-lasting working relationship with your virtual assistant, VA. It is less expensive, and you will have better quality assurance that the tasks are being completed exactly the way you want them to because you have trained them to your specific needs. Mostly, outsourcing companies are better for short-term duration work. If you want to have a better value and have a consistent, versatile worker, then the best option would be to outsource directly. So, which is the best country to outsource? You might think India, but actually, the Philippines is the best country to outsource to for remote work. It's true that both countries offer low-cost labor fees, but the Philippines has the advantage of having English as an official language. Filipinos might speak Tagalog, Cebuano, or any of the 1,000-plus languages spoken in the archipelago in casual conversation, but English is the primary language used in almost all official affairs. Filipinos speak and write English in schools, at work, in court, and just about everything else. The entertainment industry also helps Filipinos achieve an English language proficiency more advanced than their neighbors, understanding slang and idioms that make other Asians scratch their heads. Most of the movies that show in Filipino cinemas are Hollywood movies, and they aren't dubbed or subtitles because Filipinos are expected to understand English perfectly. Also, it goes beyond language. Culture plays a big role too. The Philippines was an American colony from 1898 to 1946, and as a result, the Philippines is probably the most Americanized country in Asia. Better communication and understanding between American entrepreneurs and Filipino online workers make the Philippines the ideal country to outsource. So, how to outsource a virtual assistant, VA, to do your data entry. Step number 1, go to onlinejobs.ph. Onlinejobs.ph is the leading site for finding Filipino online workers. It has the most number of resumes and the best subscription deal. You don't have to pay an extra fee when you hire someone. You can create a free account for a sample of what the site has to offer. To contact and hire workers, though, you will need to pay $69 monthly or $99 for the premium membership. You can cancel your membership anytime, and honestly, $69 is a bargain to find a quality employee. Step number 2, search for the person with the right skill set. If data entry is all you are looking for, then the skills you need might be: number 1, typing skills. Make sure they type quickly and accurately. 2, keen attention to detail. This is incredibly important. Data entry inaccurately done will cause problems with your business. 3, tolerance for repetitive work. Data entry involves doing the same thing over and over again with only minor variations for a long period of time. You will need someone who can keep focused. Number 4, computer and software familiarity. They will need a good computer and also have a working knowledge of commonly used programs like Word, Excel, etc. Number 5, internet connection speed. The internet can be spotty in some places in the Philippines. You will want to make sure your virtual assistant has a reliable internet connection of at least 3 MB, as well as a reliable backup connection during the rainy season. However, what you are looking for is a virtual assistant that does data entry in addition to other tasks, so add any other further skill requirements as needed depending on the kind of business you run. When preparing the job ad, be sure to be as specific as possible regarding the job, the salary, the work hours, and the skills required. Also, keep in mind that many job applicants apply for multiple jobs at one time. Often they skip over your description, so add something that will clearly indicate that they read and understood your listing. For example, ask them to answer a question or write something specific in the subject line of the email. Once you're happy with your ad, post it and wait for the applications to come in. Step number 3, decide which person to hire. Expect to receive a lot of applications, narrow them down by weeding out those that didn't follow instructions, then reply to those applications which appeal to you. Next, conduct interviews and narrow down applicants until you find the one you feel is most qualified and a good culture fit for your company. Remember, you want to hire a worker and keep them for as long as possible. You don't want to have to keep interviewing and retraining someone. So aside from the skills required, you also want to think about whether this person is a good fit for you and your business. Get a feel for their personalities, their values, and what motivates them. You will want to ensure you can absolutely trust them with your business affairs. If you feel a check, go with your gut. It typically is correct. Finally, you will have hired someone to do your data entry tasks and even more. So, outsourcing is only the beginning. After finding the perfect online worker, you're going to have to make sure you keep them. Orient them properly to your business. Take the time to show them what you expect. Give them lots of feedback on their performance, and let them ask questions. You will also want to help them with the problems they run into. If you don't properly train your virtual assistant, VA, or don't make their tasks clear, your newfound employee might panic and disappear. Now, you might have to return to the drudgery of doing your data entry yourself until you find another replacement. Maintaining good communication and trust with your virtual assistant, VA, is the key to a long-lasting working relationship. Make sure you make them feel comfortable and a part of your team. So, how about you? Do you have anything you'd like to add to the discussion on outsourcing? Let us know in the comments below. In the description below, you will find a link to our favorite job board, Online Jobs. Hope this has been helpful. See you in the next video.